Hi everyone, this is Lori Redding with Redding Employment Services. Hope everyone is having a great start to your 2017. Wanted to talk to you for just a few minutes. I know because some of you may be job seeking at this time and hoping to find that dream job that you've been trying to land for quite some time, or maybe just kind of getting started. So I thought I would spend a little bit of time with you this afternoon, just kind of going over a couple of quick tips that may help you with your resume, because as you know that oftentimes your resume is going to be the first impression that a company will have of you. So just to kind of get started, the first tip that I'd like to share with you is that you need to have a powerful resume. And what I mean by that is your resume needs to be simple, easy to read, and needs to have a powerful punch, a powerful message that you're trying to communicate. In my time as an HR director and recruiter, I have read thousands and thousands of resumes over the last couple of decades that are just kind of hard to read. They maybe not be well organized, just maybe kind of wordy. So probably the best way to illustrate this would be for me just to say is don't do paragraphs in your resume. If you do find yourself feeling like you really have to do that, make the paragraphs very short. Especially do not do any kind of long paragraphs because they're just not going to be read. And because what you don't want to happen is your resume ended up in this pile over here that's like, is this an essay or is this a resume? And then it just kind of gets placed over to the side and then no one ever comes back to it. I would say that you want to be as concise as possible, not brief, but be concise. Don't say something in 50 words when you can say it in 20. Bullet points are a good idea. Always a great way to kind of help you be concise and kind of stay away from that paragraph writing that you don't want to do in resumes. That's more for essays and not for resumes. And also, when I say a powerful resume, what I mean is it's well organized, it's well written, and it highlights really all of your employable attributes and your accomplishments that you've had in your history as a professional. And so it really is true when you hear HR professionals say they only spend seconds on a resume. That is absolutely true because they're very busy and they're just looking for just a few things. And so you want to make a great first impression. The next thing is, I would say, personalize your resume for the job that you want. When I was making a career change last year, I had like 4 or 5 different versions of my resume. And I know that this sounds daunting and time consuming. And truthfully, it can be, and honestly, it really should be, because you really want your resume to speak to that potential employer and let them know that you are the best fit for that job. And so what I mean by that is recruiters and hiring managers are really looking for certain key phrases or keywords in a resume when they're scanning through it. So you want to make sure that first that you actually match your job skills and the job qualifications are a good match. If you do not have those job qualifications that's posted in the job posting, then don't waste your time applying for it. And so if you do have those skills and you do have that experience that they're looking for, then by all means go for it and make sure that you personalize that resume. So for example, if a potential doctor's office is looking for someone with 3 years of experience working at a front desk, and doing some patient registration, then this needs to be something that is really illustrated in key bullet points on your resume. You want to provide a real short list of key responsibilities that may be something that you did that's very similar as to what they're looking for. Maybe you want to talk about the electronic medical record that you used. Perhaps even highlight in a quantitative manner, maybe the number of patients that you registered on an average per week, and just kind of talk about some of those things in detail, but as you know, be concise, don't be long-winded. And last but not least, I want to talk about career objectives. You know what I'm talking about. It's those phrases at the very top of the resume that are kind of a lofty, wordy kind of sentence that's right front and center at the top of these resumes. Some folks can take them or leave them. Me personally, that's not something I'm really kind of looking for in a resume. I'm really more scanning more towards exactly what experience does this person have that matches up to the job that I'm trying to fill at this time. There are some hiring managers out there that do still like to see those. So if you dare to put a career objective on your resume, make sure it's going to be one that's powerful and it's going to grab someone's attention. What you don't want to do is have a career objective that states that you are seeking a position as a chef when you're actually applying for a position as director of social services. I cannot tell you the number of times when I'm looking for keywords on a resume and I'm seeing words that are not keywords that I may happen to notice that in the career objective it says, oh, I'm looking for a position as an executive director when you're actually applying for a position as an HR recruiter. So don't make a bad impression. So you don't really want to do more harm than good. So a bad career objective, or one that's really not well thought out and not one that is concise and to the point, can really put your resume at the bottom of the stack or over to the side, versus having one that is simple. In my mind and in my opinion, a career objective is just something that's kind of short. It's not long-winded. It's not using big words that you don't use every day. It's not trying to be wordy, and then at the end of the sentence you're going, okay, what did this person really say at the end of all that? So it really can do more harm than good. So really, your resume, again, is going to be your first impression to a company. And so you really want to make that a great, powerful first impression. And just to let you know, the recruiters at Reading Employment Services are here to help you navigate this world of finding that dream job. So just reach out to us by calling our office at 205-313-6581, or you can visit us on the internet at reading-jobs.com. Great. Hope you guys have a wonderful 2017.